The Empty Park at Twilight. Part 1. The First Shadows. Welcome to tonight's story. Let your breathing slow as we walk together through an empty park at twilight. The sun has dipped below the roofline of distant buildings. Long shadows stretch across the grass like dark ribbons. A wooden bench sits empty beneath an old oak tree, its surface smooth from years of visitors. The city sounds have grown softer now, replaced by the whisper of wind through leaves. Public parks began appearing in cities during the 1800s, when people realized that growing urban centers needed breathing spaces. Frederick Law Olmsted, the designer of New York's Central Park, believed that green spaces could heal the mind. He walked through crowded streets and saw factory workers, shopkeepers, and families who needed somewhere to rest their eyes on something living. Parks became sanctuaries built into the geometry of cities. Tonight, this park feels like a sanctuary too. The pathway curves gently ahead, lined with lampposts that flicker to life one by one. Their golden glow spreads in soft circles on the ground. You can almost hear the quiet hum of electricity awakening inside each lamp. The air temperature drops degree by degree. Your skin registers this coolness as evening settles deeper. Scientists call this the evening temperature transition, when the Earth releases the warmth it absorbed during the day. The grass beneath your feet has already grown cool and slightly damp with the first traces of dew. A single bird calls from somewhere in the darkening canopy above. The sound carries clearly in the stillness. Part 2. The Still Water. We continue along the path toward the pond. Each footstep sounds soft against the gravel, a gentle rhythm accompanying us through the growing dusk. The pond appears before us like a perfect mirror. Its surface catches the last lavender light from the western sky. Lily pads float motionless near the shore, their round leaves resting flat against the water. A dragonfly settles on one pad, its wings transparent and still. Water has always drawn people to rest nearby. Psychologists have studied this attraction and found that viewing water activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of our body responsible for calmness and restoration. Your heart rate slows when you watch still water. Your thoughts begin to drift rather than race. Ancient peoples knew this instinctively, building gathering places beside rivers and lakes long before science explained why. The pond's edge hosts a small ecosystem preparing for night. Frogs have begun their evening chorus, their rhythmic croaking creating a natural lullaby. Each species has its own pitch and timing, like musicians in an orchestra. The American bullfrog produces its deep jug-o-rum call. The spring peeper adds higher notes between the silences. This chorus serves as communication, as territory marking, as the simple announcement of presence under the darkening sky. Nearby, cattails stand tall and brown, their seed heads beginning to loosen. A slight breeze moves through them, creating the softest rustling sound, paper-thin and delicate. The lamplight reaches the pond's edge now, casting a warm reflection across the water's dark surface. Part 3. The Quiet Bench and the Science of Dusk. Further along the path, another bench waits beneath a weeping willow. The willow's branches hang down like a natural curtain, creating a sheltered space. Someone carved initials into the bench's armrest years ago, now weathered and smooth. Parks serve as common ground in communities. They belong to everyone and to no one. A businesswoman might sit on this bench during her lunch break. Children might climb the nearby tree on Saturday mornings. An elderly couple might rest here during evening walks, their hands intertwined after decades together. The bench holds all these moments without judgment, a silent witness to the small ceremonies of daily life. The concept of shared public space dates back to ancient agoras and forums, places where citizens gathered freely. Modern parks continue this tradition, offering what architects call third places, spaces that exist outside home and work, where community forms naturally. You need no invitation to enter a park, no reservation, no requirement except the simple desire to be there. Twilight brings specific changes to the natural world around us. As light dims, photosynthesis slows in the leaves above. Plants begin their nighttime routines, closing their stomata, tiny pores in their leaves, to conserve moisture. Some flowers close their petals at dusk, a behavior called nyctinasty, responding to the decreasing light and cooler temperatures. The sky has shifted through a spectrum of colors, gold to orange to rose to violet to indigo. This progression follows a predictable pattern created by the scattering of sunlight through Earth's atmosphere. Shorter blue wavelengths scatter earlier, leaving longer red and orange wavelengths visible as the sun sinks lower. Your eyes adjust gradually to the dimness. The photoreceptor cells in your retinas, the rods and cones, shift their balance. Cones, which detect color and detail in bright light, become less active. Rods, sensitive to dim light and motion, take over. This transition happens slowly, naturally, preparing your vision for nighttime. Part 4. The evening settles. The lampposts now provide the primary light along the path. Their glow creates pools of warmth against the deepening darkness. Moths have begun circling the lights, drawn by their brightness in patterns that seem almost hypnotic. Research shows that spending time in green spaces reduces cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress. Even viewing images of nature can lower blood pressure and heart rate. But being physically present in a park at twilight offers something deeper. The cooling air on your skin, the scent of grass and earth, the gentle sounds of evening creatures beginning their nocturnal activities. All your senses participate in this moment of quietness. A bat swoops overhead, tracing an erratic path against the dark blue sky. Bats emerge at twilight to hunt insects, using echolocation to navigate. Their high-frequency calls remain inaudible to human ears, but they fill the air with sound we cannot perceive, a hidden layer of activity in the gathering night. The park teaches us about solitude and peace. Here, in this empty space, you can hear your own thoughts clearly. The constant stimulation of daily life, the screens, the voices, the demands, all fade into the background. What remains feels essential. The breath moving in and out of your lungs, the solid earth beneath you, the vast sky above, beginning to reveal its first stars. One star appears, then another, pinpricks of ancient light, having traveled for years or centuries to reach your eyes in this moment. The park's emptiness makes the sky feel larger somehow, as though the absence of crowds opens up more room for wonder. The wind moves through the trees one more time, creating a sound like distant waves. Leaves flutter and settle. The pond remains still. The bench waits beneath the willow. Everything rests in its place, peaceful and complete. Thank you for walking with me through the empty park at twilight. I hope this story has brought you calm as you prepare for sleep. Subscribe for more nighttime English stories to help you relax and learn. Leave a comment with the places or themes you'd like to explore in future stories. Rest well tonight. Good night.